What's going on, everybody? This is D Frank, and you're in D Frank's domain. So what I got for you today is it's a few days after Rockstar released the official trailer for Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the definitive edition. It's the first trailer. I know it dropped on, what was it, October 22nd, the 20th anniversary of Grand Theft Auto 3. And fun fact, that's my favorite game, but we're not here to just talk about that. So I'm about to give my honest and my honest opinion on the trailer for these three games, and we're gonna talk about it. Let's see how I feel about it. So we're about to get ready to get right into it. All right, you got it. M for mature.
Hello.
Okay, we got it transitioning from the original PlayStation 2 Xbox generation. This Grand Theft Auto San Andreas with CJ. This was 2004 when that game dropped, and we're in the present time in 2021 as I'm recording this. You can see the difference in color. It looks a little bit more washed out and faded, but that's been 17 years ago, and it's showing on the current gens right now.
I got a little job.
Joey and Misty from a mission cutscene in Grand Theft Auto 3. Mike's Lips last.
Up you, pal.
Got another scene from Grand Theft Auto 3 where it's transitioning from 20 years ago up until now. It's the waterfront out there in Chinatown with the train that goes around Portland, the above ground train. You can see the Callahan Bridge in the background. And see if I can see any more things I can recognize in the background of this.
They mess with me, they mess with the biggest boy in town.
Umberto Rabina and Tommy Vercetti from one of the missions for the Cubans in Vice City. Speaking of Vice City, it's showing its transitions from the PlayStation 2 era up until present day. Well, with the current gen systems, you can see from the in between the two palm trees on my left, you can see the hotel. I would like to say, I think that's the hotel that Tommy Vercetti stays in when he's in Vice City. I didn't play Vice City as much compared to Grand Theft Auto 3 and San Andreas, so if I'm wrong on that, correct me.
I'm glad to see things back the way they used to be.
So far to me, San Andreas is one of the better looking ones. You got the Manana from Grand Theft Auto 3. You got Claude driving around in it, and it's transitioning into the definitive edition, coming out of St. Mark's, driving into Chinatown. And I'm not gonna lie, that lighting from when he's driving into from St. Mark's into Chinatown with the rain, I'm not gonna lie, that looks pretty good. I can't even say nothing negative about it.
Well, that ought to put the coyote in the chicken coop, huh?
Ooh, we'll mention two things. I noticed something a little different about this scene right here that I just paused on. It's from, I want to say, Arms Shortage, when Tommy does the missions for Phil Cassidy. Something a little bit different about that shirt compared to the fire and the explosions and everything. Dude, they look pretty nice. I'm not even going to complain. Phil Cassidy's, I want to say, Walton, that got blown up because he had let some fire get near some boom shine that he had. And yeah, I want to say Phil had a different shirt on in the original games. I want to say it had something with a rebel flag on it. It got a skull right there. But I'm gonna rewind it back to right here where you can see it transitioning from PlayStation 2 to era up until right now. You can see the fine details of like Tommy Vercetti's, button-up Hawaiian shirt, for instance. It looked like you could see the textures and you can see the texture of the fabric of the material that he has. And same thing with Donald Love's jacket. And that mission is I want to say the 2-bit hit from from Vice City. Avery Carrington is giving that. And I'm gonna rewind it back. So yeah, you could tell, like, you could see right there with Donald Love, his shirt is not as it's PlayStation 2 era. So for that time, if you grew up in that time, man, it was cutting edge technology. But man, almost 19 years later, man.
Put in the chicken coop, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh, speaking of textures, I can't even lie. Like with this one right here, San Andreas. San Andreas is one of the better looking games out of this so far, as I see it. You can see the trees and everything look a little bit more detailed. Those pine trees, you can see the details on the bark of the really just stand out on the bark of the tree. See the dirt on the car that CJ did in those races in the countryside.
And if he's ratting us out,
Good old Salvatore from Grand Theft Auto 3.
kill him. It's easy. Haven't you ever seen a movie?
You say it like it's a bad thing.
Shut up!
You got the cops chasing him in a Stinger. He's doing one of the unique jumps in Portland, landing on that same subway that I was talking about earlier in the rain. Trilogy, November 11th. I'm gonna take this off for the time being. I'm not gonna lie. Like so far, I'm not gonna lie. It's starting to grow on me because when the rumors were circulating about this damn the definitive edition, I was kind of skeptical about it because, man, I've been down with the Grand Theft Auto series since Grand Theft Auto 3 back in 2001, and with how Rockstar has been over the years, and then transitioning to what the goddamn what's the word I'm looking for? The Vice City, not the Vice. Damn, I don't know why I'm thinking about Vice City. The Grand Theft Auto 5 era, and with them doing GTA Online, and seeing how they've been milking that game for the last 8 years, it made me lose a little bit of faith in them. But at first, when I seen the graphics and they said it's gonna give these older classics, I didn't know if they was gonna just remaster them or give them a whole completely remake with with some of the modern GTA 5-esque controls. I was just stuck on the fence about it. Like, I didn't know what to expect, and honestly, at least from what I've seen, the games look a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. Especially San Andreas. I can tell that they tried to keep the aesthetics of the with the colors of the games. Like, Vice City was in the 80s. The vibrant neon colors. Grand Theft Auto 3 was very dark and gritty, and you could see they knocked that out the park to me with the rain scenes. And San Andreas, depending what part of the state you're in that game, it could be very hazy. The desert areas have dust storms. So with that being said, I'm about to go back to Rockstar Games website and read up a little bit more about it and see what this definitive edition includes, because we just seen a little bit about the release date. So let's see what we got going on now. They dropped this trailer on the 20th anniversary of Grand Theft Auto 3. Ooh, shit, excuse me. They dropped this trailer on the 20th anniversary of Grand Theft Auto 3. Let's read a little bit of this. Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, the definitive edition, coming November 11th. Shout out to the veterans in the U.S. military, past and present, in the States. That's when, but anyways, I'm getting sidetracked about that. For PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X/S, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the Rockstar Games launcher. I don't know anything about the Rockstar Games launcher. 3 iconic cities, 3 epic stories, 1 definitive collection. Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, the definitive edition, includes 3 genre-defining. I'm getting tongue-tied. Includes the genre-defining Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas together, each one enhanced for a new generation and available together for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X/X, S, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC via. Okay, so that's what the Rockstar Game launcher is. Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition will be available digitally November 11th. Okay, so gonna be able to download this game because I know they took the classic versions of the games off the stores. I want to say, if not, I heard the rumor about it. On the PlayStation Store, Microsoft Store, on Xbox, Nintendo eShop, Rockstar Games launcher with the physical release for the Xbox Series X/S, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PlayStation 4 on December 7th. I'm kind of old school, so I wouldn't mind having a physical copy, but I may just have to go ahead and get me just download it and get into it. Okay, so we're looking at some of the screenshots. Here's a screenshot of the above ground train over there off the Chinatown waterfront, as I was mentioning earlier. You can see the Callahan Bridge right here, and I may insert a screenshot of something like this from the older games, and where you can see a comparison, and that's pretty nice. They do have it cleaned up. It kind of makes me think about like some of the mods that the PC community has done with a HD version of these. In a sense, that's what the vibes it gives me. In a sense, I know some of the people are concerned with the PC versions. They hope that they are modder friendly, because I heard through the grapevine Rockstar has been very vicious on those mods of their games. So for you guys, I hope it's mod friendly. All right, experience the games that started it all, introducing an unprecedented freedom and immersion through 3 living, breathing worlds filled with hilarious action, which is they ain't lying. Especially when I think of that game, I think of the Orange 12 from San Andreas. Rich cinematic storytelling. All 3 of these games tell a great story. I like how gritty and dark Grand Theft Auto 3 story is. Classic characters. All you have to do is, all I have to do is just keep reading the damn story. You get the point. And unforgettable music. And speaking of music, I hope that for some of the licensed tracks that Rockstar just go ahead and just pay the licensing fees, because especially with Vice City, some of that music from the 80s do not need to be cut from the game. Bringing the classic worlds of Liberty City, Vice City, and San Andreas to modern platforms. GTA, the Trilogy, debuts a new Grand Theft Auto 5 expired modern controls. Okay, so that's going to be interesting to play these games with modern controls from Grand Theft Auto 5. That's going to be interesting. Resolution upgrades. Yep, we've seen that. And improved visual fidelity across the worlds, and much more to faithfully tune and improve all 3 games while also maintaining their distinct original aesthetic. Okay, so one of my biggest concerns with this too was for them to bring these 3 games out, as we see refresh the graphics. One of my biggest concerns was, okay, is this gonna be? Are you gonna do it like how you did the mobile ports of like San Andreas and in those games when they supposed to be remastered, and you put them on the Xbox Microsoft Store for Xbox, and it's basically the crappy, shitty version of the mobile games, or is you gonna really just go out and do it? So with them giving it like the Grand Theft Auto 5 controls, it's gonna be interesting to get out there and play the games as if it was, with Grand Theft Auto 5 with the older, with the older games and stuff like that, but with their controls. And I think that's going to bring a lot of the younger, the Johnny Come Latelys with the Grand Theft Auto 5 and online, who's only played those games and probably complained about the older Grand Theft Autos being too hard to play. So I think that's changing my mind. But you got the screenshot of the hotel right there where I have I'm circling the cursor. That's the Ocean View Hotel. I know for a fact that's the hotel where you can save at in Vice City. Let's see what these modern controls is about. Introduces a wide-ranging modern control upgrades and to improvements to targeting, lock on, and aiming. So hopefully, like with Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City, like some other people may have mentioned, it'll give you a chance to lock on aim like the M16 in Grand Theft Auto 3, the M4 in the Kruger in Grand Theft Auto Vice City. So that'll be nice. Radio wheels, updated weapon and radio station wheels, Grand Theft Auto 5, updated mini maps with enhanced navigation, allowing players to set waypoints, destination, updated achievements, trophies, and more. Which like setting waypoints, like let's say Grand Theft Auto 3, it didn't have the interactive map on the pause menu because Grand Theft Auto Vice City was the very first game that introduced that. And it'll be nice for some of the people who haven't played Grand Theft Auto 3 as much. I'm gonna just show you some more of the screenshots that they got. You can go to Rockstar Games website and read the rest of this. So after me reacting to it and my initial thoughts, it's at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those people who wasn't really impressed. I was just on the fence. I don't want to say I was pessimistic, but I was just on the fence. I'm thinking like I had to see something to make me really want to get the game, because I didn't know if they was gonna half-ass it, being honest, and just throw something together and see if it sticks. So as the days go on, I'm starting to lean more towards it. And even though I'm a physical copy guy, I may just go ahead and just download the digital version on November 11th so I can get a jump on it. So I'm done rambling and talking about the trailer. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. And I know this is my very first video, so tell me what you honestly think about the trailer. Do you plan on downloading them? Just talk to me. And if you enjoyed this video, I may do some more just breaking down things that I've noticed in the trailer, maybe. But I think I'll probably actually start doing some playthroughs of like the older Grand Theft Autos and upload them to the channel and just get a little bit more interactive and just start doing some playthroughs and uploading to the channel. So with that being said, you guys take it easy, sign off in the comment section, rate the video, and if you feel like you're going to enjoy what I have to bring, please consider subscribing. I'm out. Until next time.